Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to this year's hostings. My name is Julia. I'm your current VP for Academic Life. I am very fortunate to have been given the opportunity to spend this year in the Students' Union. I can proudly say that we are one of the most democratic student representative bodies representing students in this country. From our hardworking class representatives to our passionate and loud student centres, I am proud to have been given the opportunity by our students to be your deputy president this year. This year has brought me so much joy and experience being able to work with so many students and an extremely supporting staff and a group of officers that had worked very hard this year to collaborate and create an amazing student experience for all of our members. This year, I have decided to take the step forward and be your candidate for the next president of your Students' Union. One of our amazing achievements this year was our Student Senate. It is a new council that has been brought into place 2 years ago with the new constitution. It is a senior representative body that has been an amazing support and further proved that the Sligo Students' Union is led by its students. They have been meeting with us, the officers, regularly and participating in work groups such as the Constitutional Working Group. This is the year we are reviewing our constitution and make changes to things that are not working for our students. I have been a part of an enthusiastic team of students and representatives and worked along improving and reviewing our constitution. As a deputy president, I had the opportunity to stand up and be the voice of all of our students and make significant impact through the process. Unfortunately, as a deputy president, I also came across certain obstacles stopping me from providing the highest level of representation. I wanted to go above and beyond in representing our students in the merger process, but unfortunately I have been blocked from attending the discussions with our partners. Sorry. Although I did it last year, I'm still stressed, just like I did the first time. I find it unacceptable that we are forced into having a single representative at any important discussions. As a president, I will stand firm and make sure that my team will be attending meetings with me, will be involved in all important discussions, and most importantly, report back to the Student Senate and make sure that any decisions that are made are decided by our students. I will ensure that the line of communication is always open and we are able to create more focus groups with our students where they can have hands-on approach on all decisions made with the students' unions. I strongly believe that one person cannot, under any circumstances, make decisions for over 8,000 people. We will not be silenced and told who can and cannot represent us. Only the students will decide what changes will be made to your own students' union. As a president, I want to provide you with a strong voice. I know you're probably sick of hearing this, but I truly believe it. No matter what manifesto someone writes or a promise they make, if they won't stand up for you in discussions, they are not worthy of being your representative. I have spent the whole year representing and standing up for our students, no matter the situation. I also think that a strong representative must highlight the obvious issues that have been ongoing throughout the years, particularly this year. Accommodation. I know it's not a surprise, but it is the main issue that we face each year. There are no discussions in regards to accommodation during the 90% of the year. It only becomes an issue in the summertime when the students have nowhere to live. This year, the Students' Union have carried on a successful campaign providing 500 beds in the form of digs. Our team and staff have worked extremely hard to make sure that all students that contact us receive a room offer for a room that they can live in during the academic year. What happened last summer is something that can easily happen again if we don't put protective measures in place. I want to reopen discussions around accommodation because I feel like we need to negotiate an agreement between the student accommodations that we promote. I feel like we need to negotiate we need to join our fellow Students' Union members and other Students' Union to make a loud noise around the issue that is occurring each year. The housing is a massive issue and an increasing number of commuting students is highly concerning. We shouldn't have to travel 2 hours each morning to get to our classes. Our students are not given an equal chance to perform to their highest potential with the circumstances they're in. We must make our government and university aware that the issue is still ongoing and it doesn't disappear each year. Thank you very much.
Well done, Julia. So we have 2 questions for Julia. So the first one is, what's one thing you have learned this year as Vice President for Academic Life that will benefit you next year as President if you're elected?
Perfect. Yeah. So obviously one huge thing that influenced me this year as academic life officer is how to stand up for myself. Stand up for myself allowed me to stand up for students as well. Obviously, coming into this role, I wasn't as probably confident, as brave as I probably was, as I am probably now. It teaches you so many lessons and helps you to be bright and open to students and create some sort of a communication line with all the students. So I think standing up for myself has really taught me to stand up for other people and be able to provide that kind of strong representation that I want to provide you as a president when elected.
Okay, thank you very much. And the second question, Julia, is how will being president increase the pace of the merger of all ATU students' unions?
I don't think we necessarily have to increase the pace. The pace of the merger should not be important. The most important part is if we do it right, because there will be one chance of doing the merger. We can only do it once. So if we do it once, we have to do it right. And you have to have a strong voice and a strong representative that will fight for the rights for the students to decide on the merger, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and in what way. So therefore, as I mentioned earlier, creating focus groups and make sure the senators are being well trained and the student representative bodies are working together to create a merger that is worthy of Sligo students.
Okay, Julia, thank you very much.
You so
That's with the candidates for President, Julia Bocianowska.